Guys, so we've got the Street Fighter tier list here. I'm joined by Hayabusa and Vimmers. So say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
There's always one.
As we mentioned before, these are all characters who are featured in the 30th anniversary edition, which of course includes for all the way from the original Street Fighter all the way until Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So we're going to run through these alphabetically, and we're just going to kind of discuss where we are with it. So without further ado, we start with, starting at A. And I'm going to pop them in the B rank at the very beginning. We're going to discuss where we go from that. So starting off, guys, we've got Adon. Hayabusa, what are your thoughts on him, mate?
Adon. Well, what can I say? He's one of my boys. I'd say his appearance in the Alpha games, very solid. Particularly good anti-air with his Rising Jaguar kick. It's a knee attack, really, isn't it? But I would say that he's quite a balanced character. His best version is the Alpha 2, because he's got a bit more speed to him than in Alpha 1, as it's a slower game in general, obviously. But
Vimmers, what was your take on Adon?
I've only just started using Adon recently, actually, when we're playing Alpha a bit. I love his moveset. I like he said, the anti-air is great. I love his design, whole character. I said, I like the speed in him as well. I do like Adon. I like his hair. Testful.
It's a funny one. I personally find Adon, he's quite a knacky character. Now, what I say by knacky characters, I don't find him as easy to handle, and it's that hop he does on his super. The amount of times I jump over my opponent and then basically hitbox completely behind him and miss.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. It's Jaguar or something.
It's probably Jaguar, Super Jaguar Rising 2 or something. Yeah.
I'm never any good at the names of.
No one is.
No one is.
So what's the consensus, guys? Are we saying? I mean, he's a solid character. I personally would put him as a B. But I'm feeling that both of you might go for an A.
I've already put that A.
A?
Yeah, I would say he's an A, personally, because that's just, I've got a lot of experience of how to use him.
He was a great boss in the early games as well.
It's an A. The next one up, to be honest, I mean, I know I'm saying I'm going to start with an B. Akuma's going to be an S, isn't he? I can't see anyone changing anyone's mind of Akuma not being an S.
No, that's absolutely spot on.
I mean, we know Hayabusa mains Akuma, so he's best placed to to basically give an overall overview of Akuma, basically. So
if you put it anywhere less, he would Raging Demon as a good life.
Yeah, if you're knocking on my front door. Even if I put him as an A, there'll be the questions.
There'll be somebody out there who go, "Oh, I don't agree with that."
Yeah, but
there's going to be people anyway.
But the thing was, though, I mean, he's also one of the most iconic characters of the whole Street Fighter franchise. I mean, he's in flipping Tekken 7, for goodness sake. I mean, he doesn't belong there, if you ask me. But, I mean, Akuma, he's one of those ones, I think, where he was kind of a hidden character. There was a mystique to it that everyone wanted a piece of Akuma.
Yeah, but especially in Super Turbo, when you could fight him by not losing a match all the way up to Bison, then he would teleport on the screen, Raging Demon, Bison, and then you would then that would make you think, oh crap, what have I done here? It was such a great moment.
That's amazing, guys. I mean, Akuma, I think is a consensus between all three of us straight up. He's an S. He is an S. And that's hard to be. I'm going to struggle to see who else is going to hit S rank, because that means maybe not the same exact level as Akuma, but for different reasons. I mean, let's see how this pans out. So, moving on, sticking with A's, I don't like this guy. Street Fighter 3 is Alex. Vimmers, talk to me about Alex.
Alex's grapple, he's almost like a Zangief clone in some respects.
Right.
I have played with him recently, and I've actually enjoyed it. I don't really enjoy many grapple characters, but I've enjoyed playing with Alex. I just don't like his design. As you'll get that with the big bulky guys, and especially the SF3. I do not like the designs of them.
Yeah.
And the moveset's okay, but there's nothing really that stands out. I wouldn't say it's terrible, but I wouldn't say it's good either. You're just kind of there.
It was one of the very bland additions. I mean, in the right hands, I'm sure he plays great in competent hands. But
that's the same for any character, though. In the right hands, if that's your main and you play it a lot, he'll look decent.
Exactly. But for me, you're just one of them bland additions that put people off Street Fighter 3 originally because there was no Ryu and Ken in it either.
Yeah, I mean, he was meant to be the main character of 3 originally, wasn't it?
It was going to be based around Alex.
But,
really?
Yeah, he's just
he's
just a lump.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan. I mean, prejudices aside, I don't mind the grapple characters. I don't like Alex. I just think there's nothing to him. There's nothing interesting about him. He's not exactly an intuitive character to play with. So I'm inclined to rank him quite poorly. Now
I would say C or a D.
Yeah, see, I'm hovering around here. This is where I'm at, guys.
Yeah, I'd be around there, but I wouldn't put him in D because he's never done anything painful. When I thought coming against him, that's generally annoyed me or frustrated me fighting against him. He just, like I say, there's nothing remarkable, there's nothing bad, but there's nothing good either. So I say like a C.
Okay. So Alex is rated at a C. So this is one which I'm going straight to Hayabusa for because we're onto the B's now. Where are we putting Balrog?
Well, again, one of my boys.
Yeah.
Maybe not in Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2, but in the alphas, definitely.
Yeah.
In Alpha 3, sorry, not Alpha 1 and 2, because he wasn't in that. But Alpha 3, I really do like using that version in there. Even though the Street Fighter 2 version is a little bit more powerful.
Yeah.
But the only thing I hate about him is when the computer's in control of him and can do the moves without having to charge.
Oh god, yeah. Okay. This little disclaimer here is we're not going to have a rant about how bullcrap charge controls are, especially when the computer just doesn't do them. I'm trying not to factor that into my feelings about Balrog, but I mean, he's a very powerful character, isn't he? And I think by the time Alpha 3 came around, they really started getting the whole combo system in a lot more, and that made him a bit more fluid. But I mean, he's a solid character. I mean, Vimmers, what do you think of Balrog?
There is a very good reason why I absolutely hate Balrog. I hate Balrog, and Hare's laughing because he knows why, because I just can't fight against him at all. And you'll get this when we get to other boxing type. I can't take on boxing characters in Street Fighter games. I can't do it. I don't know what it is. But Balrog overall, I've tried using him before. I used to when I was really young, play as Balrog, and I just had no idea what I was doing. I just get killed all the time. I just go stupid, turn it off now from the controller before. I can't anymore. But no, I don't like Balrog.
It's that, you know, was it the spin punch he's got where you hold it down, and when I think it was it Super or was it even Turbo that could negate a fireball. Absolutely love it. So guys, where are we putting Balrog? I mean, I think a solid B is fair for Balrog.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
I think 2 to 1. Go B then.
So we're going B. You personally would go C, would you, Vimmers?
I'll go D.
You'd D-ranked him.
He's
absolutely
just like
sin bin.
rip off. Get him in the bin.
Hey man, you ain't no rip off me.
You know what? As soon as I saw Balrog, I was waiting for that the whole time.
Yeah, so I'll put it in my notes.
I was like, yeah, it's in little square brackets. Higher does Mike Tyson impression.
Yep, stay there.
Right.
Man, you've got primitive tier list skills.
I think that's quite fair for Balrog, but
Yeah,
what?
I'll go with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
sticking with the Bs. Obviously, he actually made his first appearance as a non-playable character in the original Street Fighter. Kind of came in more in the alphas. We've got Birdie. Now, Vimmers, I'd like to come for your opinion on Birdie first, please, mate.
Birdie. It's actually a character, I know we're not talking about Street Fighter 4 and 5, but as the series has gone on, he's become a bit more of a joke character. I've actually enjoyed him in those games, but the alpha, no, not for me. Not for me.
Haya, what do you think of Birdie?
That was the word.
Yeah, no. His Alpha 3 iteration is quite good. Even I've been managed to be quite competent with him, but Alpha 1 and 2, not for me. Very clunky, very slow, blocks most things with his face when you try and do a move.
And that chain, it's the chain move, that chain slam. I can't deal with it.
When you're facing him against the CPU, again, it's like the Zangief grab from across the screen.
Let's say you know someone's new to Alpha 3, and they go, who should I start off with? No one's ever going to say Birdie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's just Dross. For me, personally speaking, I'd slam him in D. Now, do you guys agree with me?
I wouldn't put it. If it was me in charge, it would be in C, because I think his Alpha 3 version saves him a little bit.
Okay. But I've gone D. High's gone C. Vimmers. Where is he going?
I've got the casting vote here, haven't I?
You do.
I'm going to go C. Just because I've never... Every time I see Birdie, it's almost like he's easy to deal with. There's nothing really I can struggle with against Birdie. I know I've based a lot on my arcade playthroughs and everything like that, because that's what I play mostly. But I've never had a problem with Birdie.
But he's trash.
I know he's trash. He is trash. He looks like trash, but he's done nothing to annoy me personally. That's like
wow. D is really a reserved circle of hell at the moment. I was so sure Alex and Birdie were going in D, but okay, all right, that's cool. This is why we have these discussions. This is good. So we'll move on then. So to what I believe is a very iconic character of the Street Fighter series, of course, made his debut, Street Fighter 2. It's Blanka. It's Blanka. Hiya. What do you think of Jimmy from Brazil? Again, interesting backstory with Blanka. It's a bit weird. As a child, I genuinely thought if you lived in the jungles of Brazil, you could generate electricity because you could copy an eel. Now, that's just what the silly thing to say at school, that Blanka became feral, and because he watched the thing, you could do it yourself. There's some kind of weird mimesis occurred, which is a bit odd.
Blanka, not a fan of his Street Fighter 2 iteration, purely for the fact that because when you play 2-player, there's always that one person that just tries to get you in the corner and spam the electric and get and kill you with chip damage.
Hi.
Yeah. Bloody hate them. And I'm just not a fan of his Alpha 3 version.
I feel they could have done a lot more with Alpha 3 with him. I mean,
he's a bit of a throwaway character.
It was a bit of a game changer when he gained the vertical role. Again, in the hands of a player, a decent player, Blanka is absolutely deadly.
Oh yeah.
Is my opinion of it. And I went for a run. Certainly, I mean, I know we're not talking about Street Fighter 4. I definitely went on a bit of a run on Street Fighter 4 with Blanka online. Yeah. So I mean, I would say I'm a fan. Vimmers, what's your take on Blanka, mate?
I love the design. I love the backstory. Absolutely mental. He's become a bit of a joke in more recent games. I know we're not talking about late Street Fighters too much, but Street Fighter 5 story mode outfit deserves a mention. So it's just a mascot suit.
That ridiculous mascot outfit. I knew that was coming up. I know we're not talking about 5, but I've seen you guys stream it, and I've seen Blanka in that stupid outfit, and it is funny, but.
No, I love his moveset. I love his Sonic the Hedgehog esque rolls.
He's definitely one of the most memorable characters.
Yeah.
Definitely,
without a shadow of a doubt.
If you speak to like someone who doesn't play games, like just someone who's a casual gamer, and you say, "Oh, have you played Street Fighter?" and they go, "Blanka will be one of the first ones that they reel off."
Hiya, would you be happy for us to put him at A?
No, I'm followed. No, I'm only joking. No, I can see where you guys are coming from.
It's not just the way he plays; it's kind of what he represents as well. I feel Blanka. He's definitely one of he's one of the stalwarts, old guard of Street Fighter, and with that, I find him quite balanced because he's fast and he hits hard. Right. Yeah. Now comes the first argument of the day because you guys are going to gang up on me here. It's Cammy White making her debut in Super Street Fighter 2. I mean, I'm going to take the lead on this one. Cammy is actually my main. I'm trying to not be biased with my opinion here. This is my argument for Cammy. Cammy, again, she's quick, she's fluid, she's got great anti-air, and I just think that she is a nightmare to take on. You know, when you go online, there's a lot of people who will basically play Street Fighter the same way. I find Cammy is the ultimate foil for your average Ryu spammer online. So, Vimmers, what are your thoughts on Cammy?
I never had any positive feelings for Cammy until about 2 years ago, and now she's one of my mains.
Okay.
I love Cammy. The speed, the aerials, just, in general, love Cammy. She's quite iconic, and I mean, who else has been played by Connie Minogue in the movie?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Favourite. She's a proper fan favourite now.
Yeah, great design. Capcom seems to love her. She always gets loads of stuff like outfits, stuff like in future games. Yeah, I love Cammy. I really do.
Okay, Haya, what's your thoughts on Cammy White?
No, very, very, very big fan of Cammy. I do prefer her Alpha 3 version over her Super SF2 appearances.
Yeah, definitely.
But,
she's immense in 3.
It's just purely for the fact you can do more with her.
So,
She fits my playstyle perfectly.
do you guys concur? I would put Cammy as an A.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
You know what? I thought we were going to get in a fight over that because you're going to tell me, oh, it's just because you like Cammy, she's your main. Yeah, but Cammy's good. Well, there was a lot of backstory in him before they brought him in. I think it was in the alphas, but that's Charlie Nash. Hiya, would you like to, Charlie? Would you like to start? Hi, would you like to start talking about Charlie Nash, sir?
Yeah, quite a fan actually. He's a little bit quicker than Guile.
Everyone's quicker than Guile.
I'm quicker than Guile.
But, you can also do like regular combos with lights and mediums, like you can, like say with Ryu or Ken.
Yes.
I mean, everyone can do combos with lights and mediums, obviously, but Charlie, being a charge character, can do them as quick as like Ryu and Ken. So he's got like a extra ability, if you know what I'm going to say. Though the only thing is that lets him down is he takes a lot of learning.
I don't get on with him because, like I just said, the learning curve is quite steep with Charlie. Overall, as a character, fine, completely serviceable, better than Guile. And then again, as we get to, a lot of people are better than Guile. I think there's about 40 odd people better than Guile. But no, I'm not overly fussed by Charlie. It's nothing like, it's kind of like an Alex for me. It doesn't really stand out apart from the backstory. That's about it. I feel like it's been forgotten about in certain games as well. But no, I've not got really strong feelings for or against him, really.
I think Charlie's one of those ones that he's a character who I will basically play without using his special moves. I think just as a vanilla character, if you exclude special moves, he's not bad. But to try and then incorporate his specials into that style of play, it doesn't really click with me at all with Charlie.
Yeah.
I think he's a solid character. I don't think he's a bad character. If it wasn't for his backstory, I'd see him as a filler character. That's my opinion.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think he's quite integral to the main canon of the Street Fighter storyline without really setting it on fire when they brought him in. Where are we putting Charlie Nash?
B, I would say.
B? Vimmers?
Yeah.
I would say C.
I was erring towards a C. But Haya, do you feel that alone is strong enough to overrule me and Vim?
He's definitely a B because there's a lot of Nash fans. A lot of very, very popular.
Okay.
All right. That's changed my mind. Okay. I will keep him. However, the next one, there is no way on earth she is going to be a B. That's Chun-Li. There is no way on earth Chun-Li is staying as a B. Vimmers, Chun-Li, discuss.
S.
I love
Chun-Li. Really iconic. Mm-hmm. I know we're not talking about outside India, but when you think Street Fighter, you think Ryu, you think Chun-Li. Yeah, I absolutely love Chun-Li. One of my mains as well. And she could be a good foil to people who play as Ryu and stuff like that. She can be unpredictable in the right hands.
I think, to be fair, Chun-Li's a lot of people's mains, to be fair.
Yeah.
She's got a big following. There's a lot of people who play as her, so... Yeah. Haya, what do you think of Chun-Li?
funny thing is about Chun-Li, you know, especially when you were a kid, and you had your friends round, and you know, and if there was a girl there, they would always pick Chun-Li, wouldn't they? And again, like Blanca, one of the ones that people will always remember.
Right.
But her best version is in Third Strike.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'm glad they brought her back for Street Fighter 3 because obviously she wasn't in it, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, her Third Strike iteration, she's one of the top tier characters of that game, without a doubt. I mean, the special meter building, just her all round moveset really is pretty good. I would say she's an A.
She's an A. I mean, I'm flitting between A and S.
Yeah.
Because I'm sort of like, I see Chun-Li. If we look, we got there Blanca and Adon. Chun-Li for me is superior to them. I mean, for what she said,
Yes.
I'm so tempted to go S rank. I mean, would you really talk me down this one higher?
No. I mean, like I say, I would say that what gets her into the S rank, if it was me, is just her staying power in the series.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
She's one of those characters that, you know, she's, even if she's not your main, she's one you will have as your backup. I think if you go hit random select, you get Chun-Li, you're never disappointed, are you?
No, that's it. I mean, well, I would be because I don't really use it.
Fair enough, but yeah, you know what I mean. Next one, originally from Final Fight. That's Cody Travers. Hiya. Talk to me about Cody Travers.
Now then, of course, in this series, he was out of the 30th anniversary collection. He's only in Alpha 3, isn't he?
He is indeed, yeah.
So it's just that one game to go on, and he's a bit funny to play with. I mean, that tornado up.
Yeah.
Is just weird. The knife in the middle of the stage, weird.
It's the throwing the rock. His projectile he just lobs a rock at them.
Yeah.
It's just.
I do like his stage where he's breaking out of the prison.
I was going to bring that up. I love that stage. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah, it's a cool stage, but he's a naff character. He's just a lump.
Yeah. I mean,
alone Vimmers. Talk to me about Cody Travers.
I've heard us touch on it. It's weird. What did he ever get banged up for?
Yeah.
Does anyone know?
The protagonist of Final Fight suddenly is some kind of convict. I mean,
he got framed for something, and I can't remember what it is.
Yeah,
I just don't get it. Why are you fighting with his hands cuffed together? I mean, how can you probably punch someone?
I mean, on the merits of Street Fighter Alpha 3 alone, I'm not going to score him particularly well.
No, I'm not. I mean, like Vim has just mentioned, he's got the handcuffs on. Why hasn't he got like a really good grapple with it?
Like Birdie's got? Yeah.
That'd have been good.
Fine. So we're going C for Cody Travers, yeah? C for
C for
Cody.
Cody.
Therefore, what happens to Dan Hibiki?
If you put him in D, I'm leaving this call.
Okay, Vimmers, run with us. Dan Hibiki, sell it to us. Dan Hibiki,
The
talk
only
to
thing,
us.
I don't play with Dan very often, but when I do, it's always memorable. The taunts, just like everything about him, he's just this ball of energy, just fantastic. But as a fighter, use him as a fighter can be awkward if you don't know exactly how to work. I love Dan. I've always loved Dan. I love his backstory as well, and I love the fact he's in 5. And I know by that moment we're going to have an argument.
I'm going to just hold my peace at the moment. Hayabusa, please talk to me about Dan Hibiki.
Well, considering he's meant to be a piss take character, yeah, I mean, to put Robert Garcia's head on Ryo Sakazaki's body and then say, yeah, I see what you're doing, SNK, is quite funny.
But the wimpy fireball. The
charm.
It's part of the charm. The wind. I can't deal with him. I can't.
He's a fire. Everybody loves a fire.
That short range fireball is good to combo into.
Right.
With your lights and mediums, you finish on the fireball. Yeah.
I go C. I cannot stand him. I just think the joke character just hits me too hard that he is a complete and utter joke. He's just such a Poundland Ryu. Is the best way I can call him. You know what I mean? Like a Wish.com Ryu. I just can't.
Wish.com Ryu.
I just can't get on board. I mean, I accept there's lots of sort of Ryu paradigm characters, but he's almost like parody, and I can't get on board with him. But guys, if you feel it's a B, I'm happy for him to go B. Making his first so we're moving on. Making his first appearance in Super Street Fighter 2. DJ Maximum. I don't know, that accent was shocking. Sorry, that was. Hiya, talk to me about DJ Maximum.
Well, firstly, he looks like Daisy Ridley.
I wasn't ready for that.
Oh, neither was I.
To begin with, I didn't, because his fireball is charge. But as I got used to playing charge characters, it become quite fun. But again, his Alpha 3 version is better.
I'm not sold. Vimmers, what do you think of DJ?
One of the characters who I played Turbo 2 a lot, come on, was like, yeah, okay, I like DJ, seems alright, but just as the years go on, you just kind of forget about him, forget he's there. Nothing really stands out with DJ compared to other fighters within the 2 games he did, the 3 games he did, sorry. And to be fair, I actually forgot it was an Alpha till Hayabusa. That's how much I don't really recognise DJ. I mean, there's not much really to go on with him.
I think
he's just kind of there.
The only thing memorable from him from Street Fighter 2 is when you from Super Street Fighter 2 is when you beat him and you go no.
Doesn't he get the little shakers out, the little rackers out? Doesn't
Yes.
he? Where are we putting him? I would go C.
Yeah.
Well, we've not put anyone in D yet, so let's put him in there. Because,
D for DJ. Yeah?
Yeah, DJ.
I'd happy with that.
Purely for the fact that
he's forgettable.
The thing that doesn't save him is he's very forgettable. Yeah.
We've got another one beginning with D. He's been in the series a lot, and that's Dalsim. Vimmers, do you want to start us with Dalsim?
I hate him. I hate him. Strictly because I played 2 Turbo the other day and he just nuked me. I cannot stand it. I think his design's great and having like the Buddha / Hindu type character is great, but why has he got rubber limbs? Why is he Stretch Armstrong? I don't get it. And his elephants in stage, they do my head. They could do one as well. I just can't stand him. Can't stand him.
He's a fake out character. I mean, the little story that I got was I genuinely believe people could stretch like that if they practiced yoga at school. So, you know what I mean?
That's another thing. It's all a lie.
It's
all a lie.
It's very misleading. I'm also, again, I'm citing Street Fighter 4 here once. I once went online and I played against matchmate with a Japanese player, and he shows Dalsim. I thought, I got an easy time here. I got annihilated. I'd never seen someone play
people with punches and kicks. It's
it's the fact is when they gave him a teleport, that basically covered up the fact he's slower than Bob Hope in a tar pit. He's just
in competent hands, as you found out. Very, very tough to. It's just because he's so awkward. He's got a weird jump, stretchy limbs, and fireballs.
Oh God! Don't even mention the fireballs.
Yeah. It's that little spear he does, and because if you don't get it right, you end up kicking. He kicks high when he's in the air, and it hits nobody. And I don't see the point of that.
Yeah. But I don't think he's too bad. Me personally, I've never been interested in using him. But I've seen people at tournaments use him, and they're very, very proficient. So he's obviously maybe worth learning, but not for me. I wouldn't put him D rank. I would put him in C.
No.
I wouldn't put him as D. I wouldn't put him D. Yeah, again, he's iconic. There's a reason I keep bringing him back. I think, C. I would have gone C. So that's fair.
Yeah.
Again, they keep putting him in the game, so somebody likes him.
Someone out there likes him, just not us.
Yeah.
If you are that person, just put it in the comments for us so we know who you are.
Yeah, pop it down in the comments so we can find out who actually does main as Dalsim. So, right, guys, okay. I think this guy first came in Street Fighter 3. It's Dudley. I mean, you like boxing characters, Hayabusa. Please talk to me about Dudley.
He's a bit weird to get used to because when I first saw Dudley, I thought, oh, another one like Balrog, and I thought, why isn't the charges working?
Yeah, he's a Crescent character, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually more akin to a SNK fighter because of the half circle motions rather than quarter circles, although he does have quarter circle motion moves. But when you use his dash attacks, he can get inside, do some quick damage. Very, very good. Very, very good character.
Okay, that's fair enough. Vimmers, what do you... I think I know what you're going to say about Dudley, but go on.
It's interesting you bring up SNK in your point there, because he's as cheap as an SNK fighter. We know my opinion on boxing characters already. I don't think he's as heinous as Balrog.
No.
But the thing that marks me down, and I connect a lot of characters and stories, I do naturally gaming anyway. I can't stand the British stereotype at all.
No, that is pretty...
And I don't know, it really slaps hard, that rose when he beats you. That is like the ultimate insult when he's friends.
What? Rather than the butler who comes from the helicopter with his tea?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I haven't.
What wins it for me?
He arrives in a Rolls Royce. He vaults out of a Rolls Royce.
We don't have Rolls Royces everywhere.
No.
In the UK. We don't.
Yeah, I'd be happy with a B.
Okay.
I couldn't tier him differently from Balrog, personally, as well. So to have them both in B, I think for me works out quite nicely. Okay, we'll move on because I'm aware that we've only done what was it, 15 odd characters. We've got a lot more to get through, so I'm going to try and hurry us up a little bit because I know what we're like as well, and obviously I can see who's coming up. Eddie Honda.
Yeah.
Where are we putting Eddie Honda?
His Street Fighter 2 version can just do one.
Yep.
Purely for the fact
Awful.
the same version. It's the same situation as Blanca with the cornering you and chip damage.
Oh, jeez, yeah, and it just. And then he can move forward in the in turbo. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to hate that when I was a kid.
Still hate it now.
I mean, when you fight him against the CPU and the CPU is Honda, you try and do something and it just comes back with that chop all the time. Chop.
I can't deal with it.
It can hit you out of the
air.
air.
The hitbox on that karate chop is ridiculous.
I don't mind him. He's not like a go-to for me. I do like the diving headbutt does across the screen. The obviously you said about chip damage in the corner. That's one of the annoying things when you're playing against somebody else and like the main driver snares or whatever you concentrate whispers. Somebody will always do that against you. He's one of very few sumo characters in the series, and I feel that's an underutilized area in the whole series. That's why Honda steps out a bit more for me. I like him, but I don't use him.
And with the cheapness of that chop and the computer's overuse of that bloody bear hug, which goes straight into a 100-hand slap every time. Get Ben. I personally put Honda in a C.
Yeah,
I think with me and Haya airing towards a C. Vimmers, are you happy for him to go into C?
That's fine. We're a democracy here.
We are democracy. Well, I'm swaying towards you guys here. We've got another Street Fighter 3 character. Her. She's an African character. I think capoeira style. It's Elena. So, Street Fighter 3. I want to start with Hayabusa. Okay, I was going to start with Hayabusa before I got ugh. All right, talk to me about Elena, mate. The leggy Elena.
I mean, if you look at her story, she's always super happy all the time, even when you punch her in the face. Bloody Eddie Gordo shit she keeps doing.
She is the Eddie Gordo of Street Fighter, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when it's an EX version of that move, and then it just carries on for about 10 minutes.
I know, and it just flies across the screen and gets you in a corner, and you're like, just no.
Yeah. Not a fan.
I feel we're in similar camps here. Vimmers, can you make a case for Elena?
Not a character I've used too often, but recently this week when I've been going back through the series for this video, I've used Elena. I've actually found quite a bit of success with it. I do like her moveset. I have to remember to use kicks more often because her punch moves are just non-existent based on the fight style, really. But yeah, I don't mind Elena.
I mean, okay, guys, where we're putting her? I'm inclined to go C. Would that be fair? Higher or lower? What do you think?
That's fair.
Yeah, I'll go with that, mate. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I mean, for the same reason that I think Dalsim's in C. It's just the cheese factor. But this one I think could split opinion. First appearing in Super Street Fighter 2, and I'm going to put it out there. I like this guy. It's Fei Long. Vimmers, talk to me about Fei Long.
Underrated. Very
Okay.
underrated. I do like Fei Long. Not a lot of people. I think a lot of people did gravitate to the first point because of the Bruce Lee comparisons and the screaming. Oh, the screaming.
Yeah, it's quite irritating. I'll give you that.
But when you get past that, he's actually underneath a very good fighter with the moveset. I do like Fei Long, but the design is a bit bland apart from the Bruce Lee comparison that I said before. There's nothing really that makes me stand out amongst the great cast of Street Fighter characters. That's why I think he gets forget about sometimes, but I do like Fei Long. I do.
Hiya, what do you think of Fei Long?
Huge fan. I mean, we've had the Mike Tyson rip-off, and it was about time they put a Bruce Lee rip-off in there, isn't it?
There's always a Bruce Lee rip-off in every beat-em-up game, every franchise, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think the problem with Super Street Fighter, he had a very limited special moveset. He only had two. He had the Rekka Ken and the Flaming Dragon Kick.
That's it, yeah.
And that was it. You know, most characters would have three special moves. He only had two. But I think what made up for that was, again, he was fluid. You could combo with him. If you got someone in a corner and you're playing as Fei Long, you will punish him.
I think that more than makes up for it. I would say an A for sure.
An A.
Yeah, I'll go there. I'll say higher B, lower A.
Yep. Yeah. No. I would put him in A. Okay. First joining the series, actually in the original Street Fighter, there's a non-playable character. They brought him in later on. It's Gen. Vimmers, talk to me about Gen.
I don't have much experience with Gen. And apart from that, I used to play as a Daemon all the time, like everybody else does. But overall, it doesn't really stand out to me. I know he's got a great lore and backstory within the series, but when it comes to Gen, not really used him. Not really everything. He's a bit like Alex for me personally. Doesn't stand out to me. I'm sure Hayabusa will feel differently because he has more like the lore side of things. Must be using more than me, but nothing really stands out for me with Gen.
Although I do like the idea of the different stances he has.
Mm-hmm.
Might be worth me dipping back in to have a look because I've tried, but it was when I was less experienced and I thought, oh god, he's got other stances. I just couldn't be bothered. Viciously quick with his combos, if you can pull them off. And he's also got that finisher where it sort of poisons you and takes your health away.
And he zips across the screen left and right. Yeah.
I do like fighting against him because it's always a good challenge.
Yeah, he's a solid character, but as Vim has said, that I think for someone with as much backstory to him, I don't find him really iconic to Street Fighter. I mean, he's supposed to be the ultimate foil for Akuma, and he's not even close. Should we put him as a B?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, but he's quite inoffensive. However, who is very offensive? Gil. Where do I begin with Gil? Vimmers, do you want to start with Gil?
Magnificent hair. And that's it. That's the only redeeming feature. There's nothing else about Gil that I like. His whole pyrokinesis type thing.
Cryokinesis, yeah.
Resurrection.
Resurrection is just the cheapest piece of shit. Look, we've established already that me and Vims absolutely hate Gil. Hayabusa, can you make a case for Gil?
Oh, I certainly can.
Okay.
I just love that he pisses so many people off. I mean, obviously, if you're in competitive play, if you picked him, you'd be a bit of a dick. But for fighting amongst your friends, it's brilliant because I mean, you've seen it when I've streamed and picked Gil.
I have.
Yeah, and the outrage it causes is hilarious.
Yeah, mainly from me. I hate him.
As a CPU boss, yeah, he is cheap, and again, he was designed to take your money.
Yeah. He's an SNK boss. He really is.
But why does he have to wear tight white pants?
All right. B for Gil, Hayabusa?
Yeah, if we must.
Okay. Well, you talking about cashing it in? First appearing in Street Fighter 2 is Guile.
Here we go.
Hayabusa, please start with Guile.
I hate this character.
That was very kind.
That was very polite for him.
Hate people who play as Guile. They are the worst people on the face of the earth. but this is only in the Street Fighter 2 and the Super Street Fighter 2 games.
Right.
Alpha 3, much more tolerable.
Okay.
He actually tries to come and attack you, and the way he's set up with his moveset in Alpha 3, not discouraged to turtle, but it is counterproductive if you do it for a long time. Not like in plain old Street Fighter 2 where you can just turtle, flash kick, or Sonic. Yeah, and that's how you win matches, by being a boring git.
I don't want to save Guile. Guile can just go in the bin.
Yeah.
I don't like Guile at all. These stupid sunglasses, stupid haircut, stupid moveset, stupid Sonic Boom, stupid everything. Just don't like him. Never liked him. Never will like him.
I've always found Guile is quite cheap. He's overly defensive. You win with Guile by basically not playing the game, and I've not been a fan. I can't stand him. But is he grievous enough to go D rank? Is my question.
Yes.
Yes, from Vimmers.
I would say C.
I think C's probably fair, because I suppose he is a recurring character. He's a very well-known character in Street Fighter. It doesn't sit well with me putting him straight into D as much as I dislike him. Here's one I do actually quite like, and I'm putting my line in the sand straight away. He's originally from Final Fight, made his debut in Street Fighter Alpha, and that's Guy. Hayabusa, can you make a case for Guy?
I certainly can. Very, very fun, interesting character to play with, actually. I mean, from Alpha 1 and out to Alpha 3, not massively changed during those 3 games. He's quick. I mean, he's got that sprint move that you can do into the flying kick, which throws a lot of people off. I mean, less experienced players, obviously.
Of course.
But good finishes, does good damage.
That spinning kick. That spinning kick is just Devo, mate.
Yeah. And he's also got that air combo. Which is very good when you land it. I can certainly see Guy being possibly an A, maybe, but the lowest I think he should be is a B, definitely.
I like Guy. He's very fun to play with. I tend to go towards these sort of characters anyway naturally, and I've always had fun playing with Guy. He's not too hard to fight against as well, which is quite good. And I like Guy. He's a good guy. Guy.
I personally like him again, as Hayabusa mentioned. He's very fluid. He hits really hard. He's good to chain, and I think for me, I'd personally put Guy as an A.
Yeah.
In agreement there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Guy. It's not even at a saunter. Guy flies into the A rank for me. So easily. Sure. He's not an S rank, but he's definitely better than a B. Definitely. But in personal opinion, who definitely is not an A rank, I cannot stand this guy, Hugo Andore. First from Final Fight, big old lump and rip-off of Andre the Giant. Vimmers, talk to me about Hugo.
I hate his in-game animations. It just looks so out of place in 3. In Third Strike, you just really have if you get him to fight against Gil, he just walks up to Gil, and just like, what?
Never used him. Don't like the look of him. He was a pain in the arse in Final Fight, as enough as it is.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Doesn't need to be a pain in the arse in another set of games.
All he does is run up, he either grabs you or runs up and just hits you with his crotch in Final Fight. I know we're not discussing Final Fight here, but he hasn't translated well into the Street Fighter universe. I think he's a bit of a joke character, and I just think he's naff. He's absolutely naff. I don't know why they bother bringing him in.
His grapple moves are unnecessarily powerful. If you think Zangief's a pain, this guy is even more of a pain. Not for me. D.
Yeah, D.
D rank. Good shout, because that's exactly where I wanted Hugo Andore to go. Vimmers, how's your connection? You good?
I should be good for this.
Ibuki. Talk to me about Ibuki, Vimmers.
Yes. And I'm not just saying that because I love Ibuki and I made Ibuki. She's got a fantastic moveset. Her story's a bit weak. Her story's quite weak in the games and that. But overall, when you go onto a lot of top 10 favourite Street Fighter characters around the internet, Ibuki's always in there. She's a fan favourite overall. But yeah, I love her. I love her to pieces. And I know a lot of people can find it difficult to fight against because of her speed. There's a great get behind the back move to get past your opponents. And yeah, she's a ninja. Girl ninja. What do you want? What do you want?
What's your thoughts?
Not a fan. The only thing she's got going for her is speed. Puny specials, puny finishes. Speed, you need more. You need more than speed.
I quite like her. I find her. I find her quite fluid. As you say, she doesn't hit as hard as she does, but I think she can get out of a lot of situations quite well.
Although the one thing I will say for her, her third strike iteration is definitely very good. But
it's the best one.
The other two, no, not for me. She don't get any higher than a B for me. Yeah,
that's
because like
my gut today. My gut today.
Now,
I'm going to find it hard differentiating between the next two.
Same here.
Well, okay, let's put Julie up first.
Yeah.
Let's put Julie up first. Now, I get confused between them here, so Hayabusa, you're probably going to have to help me out with this one. So
yeah, this is the one that plays very similar to Camry. Very stable, balanced character. Not one of the best, obviously, but she's very, very usable. Quick to pick up, like Cammy. And it's good that they changed the animations rather than just giving her another spiral arrow and stuff like that.
Yeah, she's got that flying flat kick like Liu Kang's kick, isn't it?
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
See, that's my problem with her. I find her there's nothing to her. She's a I find her a bit of a filler character. Vimus, what do you think of Julie?
Julie.
Me Julie.
Yeah, I don't really have. I've not really used her. That's really hard. I didn't really know about her existence till a few years ago when Haya showed me her in action and everything. I don't really have much of an opinion on her, so I'll really go off what Haya says on this one. I say B.
But no, I think B.
B. Okay, we'll keep her as a B. So where does that leave Junie, another one of Bison's dolls? Now she was the grappler one, wasn't she?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, she was the grappler. Never used her personally. I just don't gravitate towards her. Not particularly memorable, as you say.
I'm just struggling with anything to say about
same here.
about Julie or Junie. That's why I'm I'd be whacking them in C because I've literally got no comment on them. Julie,
the one in B, but put the other one in C just because she's a little bit more difficult to learn.
Okay, so we've got Julie in B, but Junie goes down into C.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. Well, okay, next character I find quite fluid, quite a bit of a fan favourite. Karin.
I do like Karin.
Okay.
When I first started playing Alpha, she was one of my mains. I like the whole. She's like more of a punchy character. She's got a very good rivalry with another character we touch on later on. Story's really good. Moveset's great. Just a bit weak with the obviously kicking side of things. I know she's more trained in the fist for a moveset. But overall, design-wise, I love her butler.
Very big fan. She's got good combos, good command normals. The only thing she's a bit of a letdown against is fireball characters because obviously if you're facing a good zoner, it's tough to get inside.
Yeah, definitely.
But once you do get inside, they're in trouble.
Yeah, she's an up close and personal character.
She's almost like a pseudo boxer when you put it like that.
I like her. I think she's a decent character. I was floating around about here. Guys, are we going A for Karin? This is the one I'm actually very intrigued to see where this one ends up. So obviously alphabetically we're in K. Ken Masters. Hayabusa, talk to me about Ken Masters.
Yes, never been a bad version of him.
No, I think this is going to be a quick one. I think this is going to be a quick one.
What can you say about Ken? I mean, he is the souped-up version in some ways and in some games.
I suppose the evolution of Ken, though, the fact that, obviously where Ryu went down more powerful fireballs, Ken's dragon punches, unbelievable, absolutely brilliant.
Particularly in Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When the fierce one set you on fire, and I remember seeing that for the first time, and that was absolutely jaw dropping. And then obviously to what we have nowadays, even in Street Fighter Alpha 3, with like a Shinryu Ken, where it's like a dragon flying around it and stuff like that. It's incredible.
Yeah, that is.
I think Ken's fantastic.
Ken
transcends the series. When you think of Street Fighter, you think of Ryu, you think of his rivalry with Ken, you think of Chun-Li, man.
Yes.
He's fantastic. I love the fire touches to his move compared to Ryu's more powerful moves. But yeah,
everyone knows who Ken is. You know, he's a ubiquitous household name. So I don't think there's much more we can say about Ken, because that's pretty cut and shut. The same way, there's not a lot really can you say about M. Bison. But the thing was though, is it for the right reasons? Vimmers, talk to me about M. Bison.
I have a love-hate relationship with M. Bison. I love the character, love just everything about him as the overall arcing villain in the series. I can't use him. I can't use charged characters. I can't get to grips with this moveset, and naturally, because he is the main villain in a lot of games, he's a bastard. That's a bastard to fight against.
Yeah.
But overall, he is quite iconic within the series. I would say.
You're going to mention Alpha 3, aren't you?
No, in Street Fighter 2 and Super, when you're facing human opponents that just know how to do the Psycho Crusher over and over and over and
God.
over.
Oh, yes.
Psycho Crusher spamming is a real problem.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't like him. But when you're on the other side of it, when you're using it, it's great. And his sliding sweep.
Oh Jesus!
Which
fucking sliding.
Which
sweep.
looks like a special move, but it isn't.
Oh, it should be. It's so annoying, that sliding sweep.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Horrible.
Yeah.
But yes, in your hands, that sliding sweep that you're chuckling in the inside when you just trip someone up with that ridiculous sweep.
Yeah. I do prefer the alpha versions of Bison. Purely for the fact that he's completely different. The Psycho Crusher is actually a proper finisher now.
It's a level 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you mentioned that Psycho Crusher. When he has that in Alpha 3, that is one of the cheapest, most frustrating things in the history of video games, that he can tank it and then do 75% damage in one Psycho Crusher, all because you didn't get your air block in or whatever. That drives me absolutely mental every time.
I feel your pain so much.
So here's the burning question. Where do you see Bison fitting in this list?
I would say.
Because he's iconic, isn't he?
Oh yeah,
he's absolutely iconic, and he's the best. He's the best final boss in the Street Fighters when you look at the Gils and the Seths of this world.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I for me can't see Bison anything other than an A. Because of what he stands for.
Yeah, and when you use him, he is good fun.
Yeah. No, I'd agree.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, that's good.
Again, so we've got a long string. I can see a long string now of Street Fighter 3, so I'm leaning to you two guys now. But we'll begin with Makoto. Vimmers, talk to me about Makoto.
She always seems angry. Like, really angry. Someone really ruined her day. But overall, great fighter. Open fist style fighter. I do like the whole karate thing. Her special, I think, is in Third Strike, where she's just like basically. It happens with Yun as well. It's like a bit more OP, a bit more like buff to the attack. She's great. I do like her, but she needs to calm down a bit. She needs to chill.
Okay.
Don't be so angry.
Cool. Higher? Higher.
C.
What, B or a C? Okay, higher. What would you chime in with Makoto?
I'm not a fan. Boring. Walks too slow. You have to, when she hits, she does hit hard. I'll give her that. I do like that anti-air punch she does. But yeah, too slow. Not very memorable for me. Nothing higher than a B for me.
So when she's walking up to it, it's like that scene in Monty
So
Python.
we're kind of sat here, Vimmers. What goes? If we're sat on the precipice of B and C, what side do you see Makoto?
higher C.
High C. Okay, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. So again, okay. Well, we're staying with 3. Mr. Stretchy Weird Man himself. We've got Necro. Hayabusa, talk to me about Necro.
He's a cross between Blanca and Dalsim with his electric and stretchiness. I kind of like him. I like him a lot more than bloody 12. Well, they're not crappy moves, they're just slow.
Yeah.
They take a lot of limbering up. You kind of have to play semi-defensive and wait for the opponent to come onto you, which I don't like. If I selected him, I don't like that. I prefer more offensive characters.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. C for me.
C for you. Vimmers, what do you think of Necro?
Interesting design. I know the words like with the Street Fighter 3 characters they added in, they were to like kind of add new characters but have a bit of familiarity about them, which I think what they had touched on with the Blanca and Dalsim like hybrid, if you will, with Necro. Overall, I've used them a few times. I find them okay. Nothing really special. It doesn't make any other appearances in the series after 3.
He's definitely one of the throwaway ones because he's not in any other games now, is he?
Yeah, you get that a lot with some of the Street Fighter 3 cast. He's definitely one of the main examples of it.
Would a C be fair for Necro, guys?
Yeah,
would you say?
C.
I don't think he's as trash to be a D, but there's just nothing really lights my fire about him at all.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah.
Okay. Keeping with the Street Fighter 3 Weird series, now I know lots of people do actually like this guy. This is Oro, the weird hermit who's hiding in a bag.
Yes.
I don't know where to begin with him. Vimmers, do you want to start?
I have no words for how he appears and leaves a fight. He's a very interesting character. For certain. He's good to use, actually. I do like using him.
Apparently online he's quite popular, apparently.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I do. One of the things I do see in his sprite, he has one arm covered in it. I want to see what the arm looks like. Do you ever see what the arm looks like?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. It's one of those great secrets.
The story behind the arm is he believes that if he fights with 2 arms, he'll absolutely rip apart his opponent. So to make it fair, he fights with 1 arm.
So it's a bit like Saitama in One Punch Man, basically. Covers it up.
That's a hubris, isn't it? That's just...
I would. He's a solid B for sure. He's got a good fan base behind him. I'm quite a fan. If I'm in the mood, I'll play as him. I really love his Second Impact version because, especially if you beat him, you see him all bloodied up and punched up. He just looks completely psychotically deranged.
He looks psychotically deranged when he's all beaten up.
I think that's just a standard nature for him.
That's his default face for him, isn't it? Okay, cool.
I mean, just to carry on a small point.
Sure, go for it.
He has an anti-air fireball, which is really useful.
Does he use the other hand for that?
No.
That's what it looks like.
Okay, we done with Oro?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you know what's coming up next? It's Q. It's Q. The weird man in the iron mask, private eye. No one knows anything about Q. Vimmers, talk to me about Q.
I would do, but no one knows anything about Q.
Exactly.
I was literally playing Band 3 earlier, and I used Q for like the first time in ages. And when he first appears on screen, he walks on screen, you think he looks like something out of Resident Evil 2 or 3, with his size and his banner and everything like that. But I don't like him. He's slow. He's got a good punch. He's got a good finisher and that, but there's just nothing really about him that screams out. He's very obviously mysterious, but
He's almost too mysterious.
I don't want to solve the mystery.
Yeah,
I don't really care that much. What's he there for?
What's the
role
point
in
of it?
events? Yeah.
Q, I don't really like him to play as. I just don't really gravitate towards him, but he has everything a secret boss should have. A quirkiness that makes you remember him. He's actually based off a Japanese TV show character. I can't remember if it's an anime or like a real life show, whether with a bloke in a costume. I would say a B or a C. I mean, he's got some good moves, but again, I don't use him. I try and go into the practice with him for a little while, but I just just don't gravitate towards him. He is kind of popular, but it's a C for me.
It's a C. Vimmers, are you happy with the C?
Yeah, I'm happy with C. It's like there's nothing really to him. There's nothing really to him.
Okay. Well, saying nothing to them, and I know we're not a huge fan of grapplers here, but it's Rainbow Mika. But we don't. I mean, on the merits of the way they play Hayabusa, would you like to start with Rainbow Mika?
Again, not someone I've used massively, but once I did figure out, some of the moves, I had some good fun. In Alpha 3, say about her. I do like the little cameo of her tag team partner and the wrestling ring that appears on the screen. When she jumps off and she goes Rumbo or whatever she says.
Not really much about the grappling characters. She's the least offensive to me personally. I do like her range of movesets are based more on the female wrestler style, which is understandable. She's a female wrestler. It's kind of a stupid point to make, but it's true. Some people just think all wrestlers just do power bombs and suplexes, but they do have like hip attacks, which a lot of females do use. And Rainbow Mika used that moveset quite well. It's one of my favourite moves to use in her. Overall, I like her. I like her a lot, but I would go to her to use because I'm not a fan of grapplers, like we've already made a point of. Quite controversial. Like, did she get a lot of uproar about an outfit in 5 that got banned? Pretty sure she had an outfit in 5 banned. But
I think she has every outfit trying to get it banned because of arse hanging out half the time, isn't it? So.
Yeah, true.
Would you guys say she's solid enough to stay at B level?
No.
I would say she is. Yeah. She's got just enough in the tank to stay there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the next character I think looks like he belongs more in Garo Mark of the Wolves, and that's Remy.
Yes.
Doesn't he look like an SNK character? I was thinking Remy looks like he belongs in a Garo or a King of Fighters game, but no, here he is in Street Fighter 3. So
I actually thought he was from an SNK game to start off with.
or is he? Am I wrong? Hayabusa?
No,
Am I wrong?
no.
Oh no, he's definitely not in an SNK game. No.
Oh. But he wouldn't look out of place in an SNK game at all. Even the way he moves.
He would belong in the same team as Iori.
Easily.
Yeah.
Absolutely easily. But God, Hi, what do you think of Remy as a character to play as?
He's got good speed. He's got a decent fireball. Good finishes. Out of the 3 you can choose. The only thing I don't like is that the tendency is just to use your mediums rather than try to combo with lights and mediums and heavies. But yeah, no, he's steady. He's steady.
He's steady. He's a steady Eddie. Vimmers, do you agree?
Yeah, I like him. For what I've used of him, to be fair, I don't tend to gravitate towards too many characters in 3, but Remy's one of those ones I go to and it's like, oh yeah, okay, I'll give him a go, and every time I do, I have a good time. I love his moveset, like the 3 finishes, as Andy just said. His stage is fantastic. I do like his stage, especially in 3rd Impact. Overall, quite a solid, underrated character. It's surprising to show up in the series more.
Now, personally speaking, I quite like him. I find him, on the offensive and the fluid. I like, getting someone into a corner and battering the hell out of them. I do like Remy. I think he's a character you can adapt to quite easily, and I'm floating between A and B with Remy.
I'd go for a B.
A B?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think when we got an A, and I stated a lot of characters in there. I don't think he fits that demographic quite well. But overall, as usability, I think it's great for a B.
Okay, fair enough. Well, here's one I quite like. He's from Final Fight. It's Rolento. Vimmers, talk to me about Rolento. Now, I like Rolento, so I was like, I rate him quite highly. Vimmers, would you talk me down, or would you agree with me?
I would agree with you. I think it's quite fun to use. It's weird seeing there's not many characters in Street Fighter using weapons. Obviously, it's not from the Street Fighter series to start with, but very fun to use. Good speed, good balance of power and defense as well. I quite like him. He's some of his in-game cutscenes are quite fun as well, like dropping in, dropping out. The move where you hang from the hook in the air is pretty cool as well. Yeah, I like him a lot. The wire,
the wire, the bombs, but it's that spinning baton where you can just basically chain it. Oh my god, that's why I like Rolento. I'd go quite high with Rolento. Hayabusa, would you talk me down?
The only thing I don't like about Rolento is that, a bit like Ibuki, he's a bit puny.
Really?
It doesn't hit that hard unless, and as you mentioned, unless you chain together the buttons.
Yeah.
Or hit someone with a finisher, obviously, because otherwise it wouldn't be a finisher, would it?
Which is so hard to block. So because you have to avoid it. I don't think you can block it, can you? When the wire goes along the floor.
Yeah, you can block it.
Oh, you can block it. Okay.
It's just safer to just jump.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't go as high as an A. He's definitely a B. He's definitely a B.
Solid B, Vimmers, for you?
Solid B, yeah, absolutely.
Solid B. Okay. Well, I'm doing well here because again, another one I would rate quite highly is Rose. I quite like Rose. She's the only thing that goes against Rose is she's slow. I don't find her very slow. And again, she's quite a defensive character. So I'd be inclined to think Hayabusa's not a fan of Rose. Am I wrong?
No, I would say Rose she's pretty good because although she is defensive, when she does go on, you can get some good damage in there, with that scarf. I say the only thing that lets her down is her speed. But again, once you get inside, a bit like Karen, once you do get inside, you can really put your opponent away. The only move I don't like being used on me is that bloody when she stands on your head and drains your health.
Oh, mate, yeah.
Vimmers, what are your thoughts on Rose?
There's another character that I'm not a huge fan of. The defensive style, I'm not defensive when I play Street Fighter at all. If you've ever played against me, you'll know this. I'm all out attack. So I don't really gravitate too much towards Rose. I like the whole idea of the scarf. It's almost like a psychic ability with a scarf and everything. You can get some good damage in if you get up close, but nah, speed's too slow for me. Speed kills.
It's the anti-air throw she's got. That's the one that, if we play against her, does me in every time.
Yeah, I don't like air throws.
No, me neither. Because of the way I play, it's a good foil against me. I've just revealed my main strategy, but
yeah, you're not alone.
Would you say Rose is a solid B?
I think she's a little bit better than Rolento. I'm leaning more towards A. I'd be happy if she went in B.
She's probably a very high B.
Yeah.
I don't know. Looking at the company she's got in B, is she the same level as like a Karin or a Fei Long? No, she's a B for me. Well, put it this way. The next one, should we just not say anything and just slap him straight into S?
Where else is he going to go?
It's Ryu. Again,
Yeah.
same as Ken. There is literally nothing we can say to fight any corner to knock Ryu down. Ryu is just, he's the ultimate all-rounder, the poster boy of Street Fighter. Guys, just, I'm gushing over Ryu here. I mean, you want to go?
One of the most famous video game characters of all time.
Yeah.
He transcends the series, transcends almost gaming. Everyone knows Ryu.
I mean, Ryu is up there with, Mario and Sonic.
Easily. Yeah.
For figureheads of a game franchise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think we can really over-egg the point here at all. But Ryu is an S all day, every day.
He's so big, he's got 2 finishes in Smash. Everyone else has 1, he has 2. That's how big he is.
Doesn't Akuma have 2?
Akuma's not in Smash.
Oh, in Smash. I'm not bringing Smash into this. Oh my word!
Sorry guys, I had to push that button.
Fair enough. I'm just gonna disregard that. It's time for the man who is cheaper than an Aldi carrier bag. And I'm definitely getting the Hayabusa first in this one. Hayabusa, talk to me about Sagat.
Oh mate, he's one of the boys.
He is, isn't
he? Yeah.
Again, I suppose like Ryu, what can we say about Saga that hasn't already been said? Really, I mean,
to me, while Sagat since Street Fighter 4 is kind of a good guy now, but in Alpha, Street Fighter 2, and obviously the original, he was more the ultimate bad guy than Bison.
He was,
because the pure hate he had for Ryu.
Yes.
it really made me like him because I thought, how could someone hate somebody so much like that? In terms of
and he's kind of obsessed, absolutely obsessed to the point of that was his one raison d'etre in life, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. But
for most of the games with the scar he's got from Ryu, until 4 or 5 when he becomes good, he hasn't got a show to remind people what Ryu did to him. And now he's evolved into this good guy into newer games. He's covered it up.
Yeah, and also, I mean, he hits like a frigging truck.
Oh, God.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
I mean,
with a 7-hit tiger uppercut.
The way they set out his fireballs as well to do a high one and a low one.
Yeah.
He's got 2 anti-airs, tiger knee and tiger uppercut. He's just a terrific character.
He's up there for me. Vimmers, what are your thoughts?
It's an S for me.
Yeah, I mean that's what's just. I was going towards that, but Vimmers, what's your thoughts on Sagat?
As a character and as an individual fighter, I think he's fantastic. Great story, good moveset, great final boss aura about him. Every time you face him, you know it's going to be like that. But the pure reason I won't put him in S is because I hate playing against him. Especially when a certain other person in the call uses because I cannot beat him. He's laughing now.
I mean,
overall, fantastic character.
I just think he is better than Bison for me. I just think again for what he represents, the way he plays. Again, he's with the 2 levels of fireballs to control the space, and then you follow. And when someone navigates that, they get twatted straight away by a tiger knee or tiger uppercut. For me, personally speaking, I want to put Sagat in S.
Absolutely, for sure.
So Vimmers, if Sagat goes into S, are you okay with that, or would you still argue that he's probably only an A?
I'll put personal bias aside, and we'll have him in S.
We'll have him in S because again, a mainstay of the series as well. Again, an absolute mainstay. I don't think we can say more than that. But we're sticking with beginning with S. I think I know where Hayabusa stands in this one. But Vimmers, talk to me about Sakura.
I like Sakura. I know she's a bit of a. She looks up to Ryu. She moves most of the moveset around Ryu, but she comes into her own with a rather with Karen and stuff like that. Overall, quite fun to use. Much loved in the series, especially by a lot of fan base. I like Sakura. I would put her up with Karen and maybe Ibuki.
Maybe Ibuki.
Maybe.
Hiya, talk to me about Sakura.
She's probably, alongside Cammy, she's probably my favourite female fighter in Street Fighter. There's not a bad version of her. If you get into the lore of the game, she's very likeable. If she was a real person, you'd want to be a friend.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of thing I like to look for in a game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, terrific movesets throughout the game she's in, even the ones we're not discussing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, not going to go into it too much, but my personal favourite version of her is the CVS2 version. But yeah, in the alpha games, really, really good fun to play as.
She is great in Alpha 3, I think. Certainly to have that low Tatsu. Just
it
foxes so many people.
Someone who's turtling and it will still hit them.
Yeah, it will. It just foxes them. I mean, I think we're all in agreement here. I can't see Sakura anything other than an A.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely an A. Yeah.
Easily.
Absolutely.
Now I'm going to split it here because I get a bit fed up with the Ryu clones. Guys, what do you think of Sean Matsuda from Street Fighter 3? I'll go to Hayabusa then. Hayabusa, talk to me about Sean.
Not a huge fan. Throws basketballs at people, for fuck's sake. I mean...
Yeah, you like it when he throws basketballs.
If I wanted to throw basketballs at people, I'd play bloody Shaq Fu.
Don't remind me of that, please.
Yeah. His Tatsu is slow. His Shoryuken looks stupid.
It's the fact he punches him. He does the Shoryuken and then he punches him and it launches him across. I hate that. It's so unnecessary, and it's just
And
I
hate
realise
that
they're trying to
dark
get.
red.
I realise they're trying to get a fan base for him, but basically copying Ken, and he just doesn't deliver.
Yeah.
They tried too hard with it.
Yeah.
Try far
Yeah,
too
and I mean, again, he's another one that I don't like purely for the fact that puny damage that he does.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a Shinku Hadoken, which is the finisher that Ryu has.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it's crap.
I only say who because I don't actually remember him. There's nothing that really sticks out to me apart from just another Ryu clone and
Yeah.
the basketball thing because it really gets that parry bloody rubbish on the stage.
Nonsense. Yes.
It's very crap. I still can't do it. I've been playing it for years.
Yeah.
Nah, C, for
But
C for
not
sure.
but not pap enough to be a D.
No, he's not offensive like that.
No,
Okay.
he's not that bad. No, but yes, a C.
You
Yeah.
guys basically fight it out. We're talking about the Mad Gear Gang. We have Sodom here. Vimmers, do you want to start with this one? Because
I literally thought when I was younger it was Optimus Prime. I played it, I was like, is that Optimus Prime? Really? Seriously?
Hilarious.
That's brilliant.
I think he's quite fun to use, actually. It's just one of those characters that not many people look at because he stands out a lot from the rest of the cast. He's very striking in his appearance. But yeah, overall moveset's fine. I have good fun with him. He's just not a character you jump to. Like, it's not going to be a main for a lot of people, to my knowledge. Anyway, he's serviceable.
Yeah, I like him. Although he is one of the ones that you have to play the game for owned one of the games for a while.
Yeah.
He's not one you'd go to straight away.
No, it's a slow burner, isn't he?
He's one of them ones where you've owned the game for a couple of years and then you go, oh, I'll tell you what, I've not given Sodom a try, so let's have a go. And then once you learn, immensely fun.
Yeah, he's. I think he's solid. He's a steady Eddie. He's got he's got one of those hopping supers that annoys me. That I have always jump over people. And
Yes, yeah, that does kind of put a detraction on him a bit, but
that bugs me. But for me, solid B for Sodom. I think.
yeah, for sure. And,
I didn't mind him in Alpha 3. I quite liked him. I mean,
yeah, I prefer the Alpha 2 version, but yeah, he's definitely a solid character, solid B for sure.
Sure.
Not bad for Transformer.
Not bad for a Transformer. Right, I'm going to go straight into this. And I want to go straight into Hayabusa for this one first.
Oh,
Talk to
God.
me about Thunderhawk.
Yes, Twathawk. Here we go.
Twathawk, yeah.
Yeah. Stupid looking character.
I'm just gonna do this
stupid
now.
story. Stupid everything.
gonna do this
He's the Kate Sith of Street Fighter.
Kate Sith.
Yeah.
I forgot how much you hate Kate Sith.
I don't hate Kate Sith, but really? T-Hawk?
I mean,
Oh, man.
some
But what I don't understand is he's in the storyline, he's Mexican.
Yeah,
I know, that's the thing.
What?
Because when it was brought over to the West, they thought, having a Native American character was a bit dodgy.
So they made him
So
Mexican.
they made him an Aztec, basically.
Yeah, who is quite obviously a Native American.
Yeah.
I hate him. I absolutely can't stand him. His moves make no sense. When the computer does it, they overdo that tomahawk slam. I literally cannot stand him. Vimmers, do you share the hatred of T-Hawk that the rest of us have?
When I was younger, most of my playthroughs on the Mega Drive would end at T-Hawk. Because either something get broke or I just rage. Uncontrollably, I hate him. There's nothing redeeming about him. He doesn't even reappear in the series, to my knowledge.
Good. Good. He's just awful.
You can get in the bin.
Yeah, we just bid him. Yeah, we might not even put him in even at D rank. He might even be lower than D
Extra
rank.
tier.
Yeah, there's a special
Extra
tier.
tier,
Just
put him in
there's
a
T
bit of
rank.
fire.
There's T rank or T-Hawk rank. We just can't stand
Yeah.
him. Right, I don't think we can say much more about T-Hawk apart from we absolutely hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just before we move on, the
Sure.
other move I hate of his is that flying headbutt thing he does.
Oh,
Oh, where he
God.
jumps up and swoops down.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
that? What is that? Because it's just
How does someone that big
it's
move
Dragon
like that?
Punch bait, isn't it? It's just Dragon Punch bait.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He's got a rising one and the diving one, and they both suck. Well,
Yeah.
we might as well stick with some weird characters. Street
Fighter 3 is 12.
Oh.
The piece of chewing gum.
God.
Vimmers, do you want to start? I'm going to save Hayabusa for later on this one, but Vimmers, talk to me about 12.
I like 12. I like 12 a lot. I love the X copy ability that he has. Where he just like basically, he's like Ditto from Pokemon and almost just copies other fighters. If you're fighting someone who you're quite good with, it's almost like, okay, I've got this chance to really punish him. I like 12. Bit weird. Granted, he's completely different to anything else in Street Fighter.
Yeah.
There's nothing like 12 in the whole series.
Obviously.
But
Oh God, he looks like a sperm that's grown legs.
I can't unsee that now. Yeah, I can't unsee that either now. Oh man.
It's either that or he looks like that gummy stuff you seal up windows with.
Or like Mr. Soft from the Soft Mints advert.
Does he have a green form so it looks like Flubber?
Oh,
Or the Michelin man's gone down the gym.
I mean, I think I didn't really understand what 12 was about, so I'm reticent to comment too much. I'm guessing the fact that Haya doesn't particularly like him, but Vimmers doesn't mind him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a kind of projectile which kind of fools your opponent for about the 2 times your opponent lets you use it. He can go invisible, which kind of helps, but as soon as you make contact with anything, even if you block it, you become visible again.
I've never found the invisibility thing actually much use.
No, neither have I. That's what I mean.
It's like Reptile in Mortal Kombat. It's just unnecessary.
Yeah. I mean, because you can't see what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, you stitch yourself up.
Yeah.
It looks cool, but it's completely useless.
Okay, guys, where are we putting 12? What are your thoughts?
D for me.
D for C. I don't find him as offensive as Hayabusa. I'm inclined to go C because he's interesting enough to keep him at a D because I don't think he's as cack as T-Hawk and Hugo. But then again, I'm sort of in the hands of a master. Is there a master of 12? I don't think anyone would main 12.
I've never seen anyone go to Evo and go, "Oh, I main 12," and then win the tournament.
Yeah, he's just kind of too enigmatic. I don't get. He's going D. He's going D. It's just okay. We'll move on from 12. We'll put him in D. Now, I don't mind this guy. We're still in Street Fighter 3. We've got Urien or Urien. How do you pronounce it? Is it Urien?
I say Urien. A lot of people I've seen say Urien. So yeah.
Okay. Do you want to start with Urien, Hayabusa?
Yeah, absolutely. Very good character, I think. Plays similar to Gil in quite a lot of respects because he's Gil's brother.
Yeah.
I like that finisher he does where he projects the wall and then you can bounce. You can bounce the enemy off it, which is good. Good fireball. Good kicks. Not especially great at comboing. You have to be very very experienced.
He's a powerhouse, isn't he? He hits like a bus.
Yeah. He's got that sort of flying knee drop similar to Gil, I think. Because in Street Fighter 3 you have the stun bar, don't you?
I hate the stun bar.
You don't, player versus player, you don't really see that fill up very often. But with Urien, you can do it very, very quickly.
I like Urien, but I wouldn't say he was A tier for me personally. I think Herbie's touched really good points. I love that wall finisher. It's fantastic. Because he's about to opponent off it. I love his whole backstory. I think it's in Third Impact, I think it's over 3 as well, where he wears the same tighty whities that Gil wears. I hate that design, it's stupid. Who walks around like that? Wide heights.
Greek Adonises do, don't they? Yeah.
What tier would you be putting Urien?
I would say B. I think it's very fun to use. If you get it right, it takes a bit of practice, but overall, if you get it right, he's a great powerhouse and can really destroy characters. So yeah, say B.
Speak about him.
Yeah.
You know what?
You can just tell underneath that if he ever got in charge, he'd be more evil than Gil.
You talked me around. I think I'm going to go A. I'm going to say I think Urien's an A.
Urien always reminds me of Brian Fury.
Oh, he's definitely an A. He's an S then if he's Brian Fury.
It just reminds me of him.
I love Brian Fury. We ain't doing Tekken today, but no. All right, you talked me around. Okay, Urien is an A.
Right, now, I don't need to really say what I think about this.
I want to hear what you
I
think about
do
it.
recognise he's good, but he pisses me off so much, and it's Vega.
Tell us why you hate him so.
Vega! Get off the fence, you twat! Oh, he's just... You can't hit him. He has a backflip that means he's invulnerable. He has a slide. He climbs up a fence, and he just basically leaps the whole length of the screen, even if you get your Dragon Punch spot on. He goes nap and suplexes you off that with that stupid I can't stand Vega, but I do recognise that A, he is iconic. B, he is, if you play as him, he slaps, but I don't like him.
And breathe.
That's my rant. That was a rant because I mean this was alphabetical. I knew I'm saving my rant to the very end when I saw Vega. But V is for Vega. V is for Vimmers. Vimmers, talk to me about Vega.
Iconic, fun to use, very annoying to fight against. The same problems you have. There's always those urban myths about the claws that you can pick him up and use them against him, which is never true. Actually, I went around
Shit, you
schools
said
like
at school.
wildfire. I went around schools like wildfire. But yeah, overall, I think it's quite fun to use. Out of the main bosses in Street Fighter, it doesn't strike me as a boss. He just strikes me as fast, and that's it. I don't think it's one of his powerful moves, but if he kicks you, combos you well. The combo potential is ridiculous.
Yeah, especially with that roll.
Oh, the roll.
That bloody claw, rolling claw. My God. I think maybe
I
that's
love
just it. Yeah, I do see the merits of him. Hayabusa, please talk about Vega's merits.
He's got several merits. Firstly, which has already been brought up, is the speed.
Absolutely.
One of the fastest ever characters. I mean, even in going back to Street Fighter 2, the World Warrior, which is a slow game, he's still the quickest by far. The only thing that I would say against it, I mean, once mastered, you know, anyone can. He's one of the charged characters that anyone can pick up relatively quickly. Yeah. Which always helps. Because especially in the Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2, there wasn't that many moves to learn. So you could sort of get around that and learn him fairly quickly. The only thing I don't like is when you face him and he keeps doing jab with the claw and it keeps going whoosh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I hate that, but that's the only trouble I have with Vega. But I've not lost to him in ages, whether it's human or CPU.
Yeah, I don't think he's quite enough to be an S, but he's close. I think because again, very very well-known character.
Yes.
So we're into palette swap territory now, and I didn't know how we were going to split these two, but I mean, Hayabusa convinced me to split them, so we're going to start with Yang. So Hayabusa, you want to talk to me about Yang?
The more forgettable one of the two brothers. I don't think he's that great. Yoon is much better character. Similar moves, but everyone seems to remember Yoon rather than He's not crap or anything like that. He's just a bit blur. You know, there's nothing special about him. But a C, just because he's the more forgettable one of the two.
Okay. Vimmers, do you agree with the C?
Yeah, I think he suffers from the same problem that Sean suffers from. There's a lot of, like, in the early starts of Street Fighter 3 to establish new characters, but in old roles. And Yun and Yang have this same, like, Ken Masters Ryu type rivalry, Ken and brothers.
Yeah, so I agree with that. Yeah, solid C from me. I think. I think we're in agreement that he's a solid C. So, but with that, we're going to run straight into Yoon, who I think is a B. What? I don't know. I liked Yoon because of that forward punch combo he's got. I quite liked him. I don't know why, because the thing was with I can't differentiate between them. I just don't remember Yang. Whereas Yoon, I quite liked him, but I'm happy to be talked down. So
it's hard to really rate him higher than Yang because they're just so similar. Yoon's got a bit more appeal to him. He's a bit more hit for the 90s, I guess. If you will, he's skating on that. I bet he says "dude" on occasion. But yeah, I just don't find anything remarkable about either of them. For my opinion.
Okay. Hayabusa, solid C for Yoon.
No, solid B for me. Much better character than Yang. Hits harder. He's got better moves. easy to learn. You know, if you're slightly easy to learn, because both of them are easy to learn, but Ewan is, out of the two, he's the man. I'd say solid B, because he's one of the middle of the road guys that you can just, you know, if you just want to turn in Street Fighter on and pick a semi-cool character and just enjoy it, he's one of the ones to go to.
Obviously, we're going to finish. Now, I do not know where this guy's going to go. I do not know where he is. However, it is, of course, the Bear Wrestling. Coming in at Street Fighter 2 is Zangief.
The Street Fighter 2 iterations of him and Super Street Fighter 2 versions of him can suck it.
Yes! I was really worried you were going to really like him.
Just purely for the fact that, you know, you think you've got away from him, you know you've pressed jump backwards, and he grabs hold.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
His hitbox is just a whole column from top to bottom. It's ridiculous.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, when you play as him, you cannot grab shit.
Yep, you end up rotating the joystick like an absolute maniac, and all you do is some weird light punch, and you just end up slapping him mid-air. I do not like Zangief. I don't understand it. Yes, it's him using that, he's spinning lariat, could avoid fireballs in the sort of turbo editions. But I don't like him. I do not see the point of Zangief. I can't stand him.
I would go B, because the two alpha versions save him, basically.
B? Vimmers? Zangief a B?
Yeah, I'd say Zangief a B. He's not a cool character I'd go to, but he's as iconic as Chun-Li, as Ryu, as Ken. For me personally, I think he's character-wise fantastic. I love some of his facial expressions and mannerisms within the story and the games themselves. Usability can be very annoying to fight against if you know someone who knows exactly what they're doing. Some of those attacks are brilliant. I mean, spin lariat if you block fireballs. I mean, come on. And he's rushing it.
I can see why if you guys want to put it in C.
I'm happy with B.
You're happy with a B? I think 2 B's and a C puts him in a B, so I'm going to back down here. So. Actually, I wanted him in D. I can't stand him, but yeah. That's where I stood with it, guys. That is the 48 characters featured in Street Fighter 30th anniversary. So I would like to thank both of you for your time. It has been absolutely magnificent having you guys here. But I'm gonna we'll sign off here. But Hayabusa, do you want to just tell everyone about yourself?
I'm a Twitch affiliate streamer. I also have a YouTube channel, Hayabusa playthroughs and reviews. If you want to check that out, I've only got playthroughs on there at the moment. The reviews have hit a bit of a snag, but if you like playthroughs, just give them a watch. They're just honest playthroughs. They're not like speed runs or anything like that. But if you enjoy that sort of thing, check that out. And also, my Twitch handle is Hayabusa222. I stream various games, retro, strategy, fighting games, all sorts really. So if that sounds like your bag, come and check me out.
Brilliant. Vivers, do you want to tell everyone about yourself?
Yeah. I'm a Twitch affiliate. Just recently, I play a lot more modern games compared to Hayabusa. I stream 3 to 4 days a week over on twitch.tv/FitnessPhone9. I'm playing a lot of modern stuff. Do a lot of more Japanese things, more random games, a bit more weird indie games as well. So if you feel like dropping by, give us a follow. Maybe be a lovely lurker. Feel free to drop by.
It's fantastic, and both the guys, all their stuff will be in the bio below this video. Guys, just want to thank you once again for coming along and having this absolutely fantastic discussion. It's been great fun. But
thank you for having me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, lovely, mate. Really thanks for inviting us along. Really, really appreciate it, mate. Really good.
Yeah. Not a problem. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. But guys, if you're still listening to us, I wanted to say, thank you for choosing to spend your time with us. If you like what we're doing here, or like what we said, please drop a little like for this, and perhaps subscribe if you are new. Is there anything we've said, everyone else, what we said which is contentious? Please feel free, pop it down in the comments. We would love to have a debate in the chat below this video. And yeah, we will respond to it. We're very open to suggestion. We're happy to discuss anything. But I'm just going to sign off here. Say stay safe, everyone. Take care, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.